Hi, welcome back to my channel. We're making more beautiful things again today. I'm in Psalm 91:4, and I was chatting to a friend recently about taking shelter under God's wing, and she mentioned that she had this vision in her mind of a wing hovering over her and how she had really wanted to capture that in her journaling but just couldn't find the right image for it, which then set my mind to thinking about wings and shelter. And aside from the very well-known reference in Psalm 91 verse 4 to sheltering under God's wings, I found another 5 references just in the book of Psalms alone to us finding shelter under God's wings. And if there's one thing I know, it's that repetition in the Bible is not by accident. If God keeps repeating a thought, I believe it's because it's important and He wants us to remember it, just in the same way we would teach our children the multiplication or their alphabet through repetition. I think God uses very much the same technique with us, through repetition, reminding us of the same thing. But I'll list the verses that I found in the video's description. And I found that in this case, I believe he's stressing the point that we can find shelter. We can find protection, refuge, and comfort under his wings, and he wants us to know that and to remember it. So, since I also couldn't seem to find the right image to capture it, I decided to literally just wing it, and I created my own wing using some watercolors and ink. I've used the Faber-Castell watercolors to create this wing. I got this set from a local scrapbooking store called Celindy's. As far as I know, these paints have only just launched in the country, and the quality of them are phenomenal. Put a link for that in the description too. You'll see I added paint splatters to the page just to help with the illusion of movement and freedom of the wings. And I also use a Pigma Micron pen in black to add the finer details of the feathers and the shading, and I'll go in later with a white gel pen as well just to add highlights. I actually created a printable version of this wing that you can purchase from my Etsy store if you want to recreate this page. The store's brand new, I'm still adding to it, but it's mostly original art and sketches that I've made that can be used for Bible journaling or art journaling or really anything. The link for this wing printable will also be in the video description. I've actually made some painted wings and some sketched wings so you can trace them or print them on clear sticker paper. And of course, if you do use them, please tag me. I love seeing what other people create. It's so special how each one is completely unique. I hand lettered the word shelter. I used a Pigma Micron or brush pen actually in black. It's one of my favorites. It just works so beautifully. And then I just take a sort of finer tip pen just to neaten up the edges. Then I use the white jelly roll. It's a Sakura jelly roll in number 10. And that's just adding the highlights to the feathers, and I'll highlight on the letters of the word shelter as well. And because this page is very much a continuation of the thoughts that I journaled on the opposite page, I decided to add sort of the same washi tape, which is the white one with the gold feathers, just to tie the two together. The opposite page I actually journaled in the beginning of the year as part of a session called 12 Promises that I've been doing with Rochelle of Low Rochelle Bible Journaling. And enjoying that so much, but the repetition of these pages just helps to remind me as well. But thank you for watching. May you also find shelter in the safety of his wings.